Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Two Dudes Talking. Today, we're going to be giving you some tips on what to watch for Halloween. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to your podcast about movies, Two Dudes Talking. So everybody loves Halloween, everybody loves movies, that's why we're all here. If this is your first time, go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. It'll be worth your time. So in today's episode, we're talking a little bit more about something we've spoken on recently, which is horror, but it's Halloween. If you got kids, we got some movies for you to watch with them. If you don't, you got that hot date by yourself or with a person, we got some recommendations for you. So, without any further ado, let's get talking.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
How's it going? Man, I can't believe it's already here.
I know, dude. So,
it's kind of like, it's like the whole year basically was like 5 years, and then October was like 2 days.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Because Halloween's one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah.
My birthday's May 15th, so it's like one of these years when there's no COVID, we're going to have a halfway to Halloween party. Right. You have to dress up like half a costume.
Halfway to Halloween.
Halfway to Halloween. And then Halloween comes, and now it's already going away.
Halloween 2020.
So let's talk about how to have some good fun tonight after all these trick-or-treaters and stuff get done.
Yeah, so what kind of slutty costume are you dressing as?
Myself.
Well, I'm basically just going to take my shirt off.
Because, I mean, you know, you're seeing it.
Yeah.
No, let's see. This year, I am actually, I'm being the Yeti from True, which is a Netflix children's show.
Okay.
So I'm going to be like a foot and a half taller with a big fuzzy.
I guess Layla is dressing something.
Yes, she will be the lead character, True.
Okay.
From this show.
Heck yeah.
Pics will follow.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's dope. I'm probably gonna be sweating, cause
sweat.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hot costume. What kind of slutty costume are you?
I don't know, man. You know, I'm not the biggest dress up type person.
I love to.
Yeah, I even as a kid, I wasn't.
Did you have any
I can maybe name 5 costumes I've been to.
That's what I was about to say. Go ahead, give me one good one. What's your most proud moment?
One year I was a bat. Like 4 years old, my mom made me a bat costume. Just like cut out the wings and everything. And then one year I was Batman.
Uh-huh.
I was the Red Ranger.
Okay.
Power Ranger. I was a clown one year. For sure.
Don't like that.
Yeah, don't like that. I'm a clown every year.
Yeah. All right. Girl, you silly, clowns.
I was Richie Tannenbaum.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I can really remember.
Dang, dude, let's see.
I just didn't care.
I love it.
About it as much. Love going trick-or-treating.
Yeah. And see me, like, I'd rather eat Chex Mix. I could care less about candy. Even as a kid, like, I would get baked Lays and Goldfish on my birthday instead of a cake, and there'd be like a little cupcake for me to blow out. Like, I don't like sweet stuff.
I don't either.
That being said, I consume enough soda.
Yeah.
To make up for my lack of other.
I like candy more than I like cake and donuts and pastries and stuff.
Oh, I'm a pastry boy because it's got bread in it. That's even. Oh, it's sweet and it's got bread. This is as bad as for me as I can make it be.
Give me like chips and crackers and Doritos and stuff like that over
all day.
Cookies and stuff.
Spicy, bro. Spicy chips. Yeah. But
salty.
Let's see. So over the years, I've been Mr. T. I made one hell of a Mr. T.
Mr. T.
I bought out like 2 or 3 Walmart's craft departments of all of their gold chains.
Yeah.
And
2 or 3 Walmarts.
I seriously, it was at Gastonia, York, and Rock Hill. I don't think there was the one in Lake Wiley at the time.
Gastonia.
Don't
get it on ya.
That stank.
That stank ya.
No, actually, Gastonia is so much nicer now.
We're in Gastonia right now.
Yeah, it's not that
This
bad.
Beautiful podcast studio is in Gastonia, North Carolina.
We gonna stank later.
Stank. It's on me.
But let's see. I've had Mr. T.
You were Ron Weasley, right?
Yeah. Last year I was Ron Weasley, or the year before.
Maybe the year before. You were something Star Wars last year, right?
I don't know. Whatever. Depends on what Layla's.
Darth Vader.
That was
a couple years ago. Maybe.
Yeah, I was dancing Darth Vader, and then
she was Princess Layla.
Mm-hmm. Kids are great on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, they get so excited. I can't wait for Halloween.
Kelsey was
costumes.
like a stormtrooper or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was badass.
Yeah, we did. I was Darth Vader. Layla was Princess Layla, and Kelsey was a stormtrooper last year. I think we had different stuff last year because we've been apart for a minute. But we always do Halloween and holidays and stuff together. So
yeah, so I think
kind of runs together.
I think the Ron Weasley thing was literally 3 years ago. The Harry Potter thing.
It's been a while.
And then 2 years ago was the Star Wars. And then last year was, I don't even know what I did for Halloween last year.
Did we have a Halloween last year?
I don't know. 2019 such a blur.
Well, considering in 2020, one thing you're going to be doing a lot more of is spending time inside on your own or with a date during COVID. We got a couple of recommendations for you.
We've got some movies for all you beautiful people out there. What are the categories we got?
So this one was kind of, it's more really who you're with and what you're into.
Right.
So if you've got like a bunch of kids around, I mean, goodness gracious, you've got any number of things to pull from. You got Frankenweenie to
the Addams Family,
the Addams Family, the reboot or the old one,
Halloween Town, which is a Disney Channel original movie.
Right. There's legitimately a million kids movies.
Yeah.
So if you're on a date and you want to get like that snuggling thing in, as in let's watch a decent story, got a couple of those. If you want to get that snuggle in by like hiding under covers, got those.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say movies that are likely to scare you, movies that you can enjoy with a romantic partner.
Yeah.
And what would you say the third? Some good, just general fun ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll start.
Yeah.
Again, guys, there are a million kids movies. So
Frankenweenie.
Hocus Pocus, dude. I mean, it literally outsold the projected #1 blockbuster of the summer not long ago.
Yeah, as
Still
a
a classic.
re-release.
Yeah, and then they just came out with the second one. Is that on Netflix right now? The Hocus Pocus reboot?
I don't know. The first one is for sure. I don't know if the second one is.
Right.
But Hocus Pocus is on Netflix right now. Or Disney Plus. Maybe on both.
Probably on both,
Yeah.
if somebody was smart about it.
Yeah.
But there is the reboot, and if it's not current, then it will be coming out soon.
Never saw the sequel.
I didn't either. So these are my two, and then we'll go into them for the. You actually want to get scared tonight. These are two good movies for you. The Babadook from 2014.
Oh, God.
And then from 2013,
Nope.
the Evil Dead remake.
That is horrifying.
That is a horrifying movie.
That-
Andrew Remy.
Yeah, I remember
do that.
watching. I remember like watching that with someone, and no spoilers, but there's like these drawings in the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the demon goat,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the satanic goat head thing.
Ritualistic
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and I was like, "Is that thing coming out?" And they're like, "I was like,
Bye.
check, please."
A Wilbrook shaped cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Gone.
Thank you. See you later. Yeah, terrifying movie.
It's good though.
The original's funny now, but it was scary.
The original, it was scary back
Yeah.
in the day. But
Yeah.
you look at it, the graphics and stuff. It's like
You can't watch the new one and then watch that one and be like,
I'm scared
they're
now.
both scary. Yeah.
So the 2013, I was in Afghanistan when this one came out, and I remember like all of us trying to get one person would download something or get a hold of it from another person's hard drive, and then we'd all crowd around a laptop or something.
Yeah.
Somebody had gotten a hold of like a big Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
I remember we watched this Evil Dead remake over there, and like those were already high tension times,
Yeah, dude.
understandably so. I mean, my job was not to process paperwork.
Right.
It's not a peaceful time, and I'm in this very dark part of the world, and it was scary. So Evil Dead is I don't know what year the original was, but The remake came out in 2013. It was a really impressive movie. They did take a lot of the same elements. They didn't change too many elements from the original movie, but they improved everything. I mean, the graphics, it wasn't even the same kind of movie. Like, you can look, it's not like what Will was saying. You know, you can't watch one and then watch the other and be scared of both. Like, the second one, this reboot, while still being amazingly successful, almost makes it it makes the other one look comical.
Yeah.
You know, granted, that's kind of what those movies pitched for, like Army of Darkness, also in that network, is a comedy. It's like that cult classic comedy, and now they've got their own Netflix show. But these movies were supposed to be scary, and when they came back in 2013, they really did the job. Just the right amount. That one is the right amount of gross, of like gore, also thematic gross. Like, there were some things in that movie that were very uncomfortable to watch for me as a dude. Imagining this female antagonist going through some of the things she went through, like, I was captivated by the story. I felt for that girl. So again, good job. Like, I really was, identified with the characters. Awesome. Yeah. Very good movie. But then those graphics, I mean, it was scary.
Yeah. So this is one of your scare the crap out of you movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's still fun. Like, you want to see how it ends. You want to see, and it gives you there's a good, satisfying conclusion. Like, it's a good movie to watch, but it is scary. It's more like one of the top scariest action movies I've seen is a better classification than like the best, a horror with some really good story. I mean, It's a solid movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one's frightening.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, so one for me, scare the crap out. I got two, but I'll keep them short because I haven't seen either one of them in over 10 years. Like, I watch scary movies like this like one time and I'm done.
I've probably seen these movies
like once a year. Super scary ones. I'm like, nope. Silent Hill. Silent Hill, literally, I saw things I couldn't even imagine before.
Right.
In this movie.
Right.
I was just like,
that opened you up to what scary really could be. Yeah.
And the fact that there's like these dimensions in it, like these, purgatory, if you will, or this other dimension that exists alongside
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Well, those video games, I remember the first Silent Hill.
Yeah.
That game took me ages to finish. I don't know. I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah.
I was so young. It scared me so bad. I don't think I ever did go back and finish it. I'd love to now. But, like, they did a really good job of what you talked about in this last episode about painting the picture for you to fill the holes in.
Yeah.
Like, I remember having to walk into the fog in that game and not seeing but knowing, because you could hear the ticking of the claws walking on the street or something.
Yeah.
Or like something getting knocked over.
When the siren goes off.
That you immediately
that to me is, it's like, oh, we're going to hell.
Yep.
And it's like,
and then in the movie,
bro, that movie, I think me and like Matt and Josh and Bear, maybe our friend Zach, like 11th grade, one day, maybe even skipped like the second half of school and went and saw that,
right,
like in the afternoon, and I was literally just watching it like that.
And that's what you got for skipping school. Was you had to suffer through that.
I was watching that movie like this the whole time, dude.
Oh yeah,
I was like, this is uncomfortable.
The Grudge had me like in that, that in theaters when that first came out.
I didn't see it in theaters, but so back then, like in high school,
hoes didn't want me.
Yeah, they didn't.
Now I'm hot.
True
they
story.
all on me.
But like in high school and junior high, I didn't go see scary movies much in the theater.
Yeah.
But we would have that sleepover.
Right.
And watch, like, so The Ring, The Grudge, even like House on Haunted Hill and The Haunting and stuff like that.
13 Ghosts.
Yeah, 13 Ghosts. Good God.
That's a great throwback too.
The other super scary one is to me, it's like, it's not so much like, or whatever. It's Wes Craven's Day.
So what got you about that one?
The scariest part in that movie to me is when the ending's horrifying through the mirror. That's really tough. But like, you're deathly afraid of this thing, and it's like your worst fears of coming to life. But you're looking through that keyhole, through that door, and you're seeing that thing slink around in the hallway, coming to you.
Right.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
So,
Never.
That movie, when
Nope.
when the main girl is driving in the country,
Yeah,
and the car stalls, and now she's trapped in the cornfield with these creatures. I remember seeing this with my brother and our buddy Matt.
Yeah.
And we had this, I think it was a 2001 Pontiac Bonneville. It's big, black beast.
Bonneville.
the beast.
Those things are like a boat.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I loved that car. But on the way back from the movie, so this girl, the main character, she knows these things are after her at this point, or this thing, and is just trying to. Until they catch up to her. And she gets stranded in the middle of the night, and of course it's dark, and she's in this field, and like the car won't start, and then she starts to see them. And on our way back from the movies, Matt thought it would be funny. He's like, "Oh, dude, there's this little bridge in the middle of it was between Lincoln and another road. It was right off of Lincoln."
Right.
So he's like, "Oh, dude, what is that? Pull over." And when I did, he turned the car off. And I was like, "Oh, ha, 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 ha." Well, then the car doesn't start.
Yeah.
So here we are, three dudes. We're like 15, 16. And I mean, I'm pumping the gas, just trying to get it to go.
Heart attack ensues.
Yeah, I'm dying over here.
No way,
and finally it started back up. And I mean, like, I probably had to put a new set of tires on that car trying to get it out of there. Terrifying. That's a good one.
That movie is that visual of the keyhole, and that thing slinking around, like has stuck with me for 15 plus years,
right?
And it's like, nope,
So that's
spooky. So next category, movies that
real quick, Babadook.
Oh yeah, God. Ugh.
So, have you seen this?
I've seen the trailer. I've seen some clips. I hate the name because the name is scary.
It is. It's irksome.
Nope.
So, this one I'll recommend. It's another very good story with a lot of horror elements in it. I saw this one on Netflix. I don't know if it was released. I think it's New Zealand. It's actually where it came from.
Yeah.
Those Kiwis got me.
Those damn Kiwis.
They got me good. So it's a single mother and her son who has defiance, obedient. So it's a legitimate thing. I know what this is. If it comes back, I'll holler it out.
Right.
But it's a very, very defiant child. Like, seemingly unempathetic, unable to connect to people, and it's early stage sociopathical or psychopathical tendencies.
Sweet.
So he finds this book, and it, if he finishes it, it invites the Babadook in.
Right.
And this irksome. I mean, it's terrifying. I mean, with anything with a kid in it.
Yeah.
If the kid is one of the victims, so like the Conjuring movies, like, I mean, my job as a parent is to protect my child at any cost. And like, if I was confronted with that, I know I would probably handle it a lot better than other people, because I would not be like, what am I going to do? I would find something and I would do it. I'd be burning sage all up in my house.
Every day.
I'd be sleeping with it. My kid would be sleeping with it. But like, the idea of my child being faced with something that they didn't understand like that was menacing and malevolent like that really is scary.
Yeah, bro.
And this one was good. The book in itself in this, it's so eerie. The imagery is just, it's kind of like that New Mutants when we went and saw like the.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Not a scary movie. That one, but those two little things in that movie,
didn't like them.
Uncomfortable, bro.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
So this is it deals with a little bit of it's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a scary movie, but there is a very thematic side of that, and there's a very personal attachment to it. So if you're looking for another spooky scary movie, that's my other one.
Those are good ones. Those 4 right there. If you can watch all 4 of those tonight, I bless your heart.
I'm coming over.
So with that being said, the next category is like what you said, the date. The if you want to snuggle up tonight, you
got Boo over with you.
Got the old Boo over. My 1 or 2 for those is, I'm very nostalgic in this. Is the original Scream. It's all about that. Well, in this case, it's teenage, high school dating. The characters in the movie, at least. But it's. God, that movie's so good.
It is.
It's like...
It holds up. That movie still today is a good movie.
Great actors. Not the best acting.
Right.
But great actors. Great story. Just could be very real.
Yeah.
Like legit. Like those movies sometimes to me are more scary than some of the
stuff you can't experience by reaching out and touching it.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is terrifying. But original Scream. Amazing. And Halloween H2O.
Hell yeah.
Which I know Chris Hill loves all the Halloween movies as well.
What about them Rob Zombie movies?
Yeah.
Them Rob Zombie Halloween movies?
But H2O to me was like the introduction to Halloween because it came out in 98. I was 9.
Is this the one with Busta Rhymes?
I do believe so. Yeah.
Word.
And
love Busta Bus.
And but yes, like the introduction to that series to me, obviously, like, and then I went back and watched the older ones, and those are kind of good still.
Yeah, they're good slasher movies. Yeah.
The artwork is amazing. Like the poster for the first one, it's like the knife. With the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dope.
Iconic image.
Yeah.
Movies.
Those 2 are really good. Like, date ones for me because it's like you get that they're not so. I'm gonna ruin your night by disturbing you,
right?
Mentally.
And it's also that's the neat thing about the nostalgia thing. Like this is another thing. Like if you're on my couch and we're watching a movie, if I don't know you, then guess one thing I'm gonna remove from that situation is I'm gonna remove being presented with a really uncomfortable situation in a movie. So I'm gonna take on an old movie I've seen a million times.
Yeah.
Is this just that you know what to expect?
Right.
For sure.
Those movies I experienced, like I think Scream came out in 95 or 6, maybe 7. So thank you, Katie, for introducing me to probably both of those, either directly or indirectly.
Right.
But I love them.
Well, they're obviously. I mean, they did so good for so long. There has to be something to them. You got it's just the general slasher. That's scary. Like you got the Scream. That could be anybody situation. You got the Halloween situation, which is just that kind of bizarre, but still.
He's an iconic horror figure,
right?
Mike Myers,
but still is a slasher movie,
right?
And again, it's
those movies peaked above horror. They got they were A+ movies
right
across the board.
They took horror to trendy.
Yeah.
For sure.
They were just huge movies for their time and the nostalgia aspect of it.
Yeah, and they're still making them.
Yeah. Oh, God.
They're still making them now. I mean, I mentioned the Rob Zombie ones. Like those are definitely not for everybody, but they are really good.
Yeah.
And for me,
yeah.
I really enjoy them. I think that like bizarre, more grotesque, I guess, kind of presentation of it.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just saw there's 2 more Halloween movies slated for next year, 2021. The one just came out like 1 or 2 years ago.
Yep, and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Haven't seen it yet, but it looks dope.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's a badass.
Looked better in that movie than she did 10 years ago.
She did an H2O.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah. Some people just age like a fine wine, my friend.
Oh, not me.
Yeah.
Dang it. So for my date night movies though,
Yeah.
like mine, I always try and like cater to the other person. And if I don't know you again, I'm gonna play it safe. So I've got a
Right.
couple of good little easy fun watches that are also really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak that came out in 2015. Uh, that I wasn't aware until right after we saw it that it was. How do you say when they wrote it and filmed it at the same time? So it was written for the screen, or the screenplay was transitioned into a book. Da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like Ready Player One, where it had only been 5 years, but it still made it, or
Right.
Jurassic Park or whatever. But I was reading it after, and I was like, man, this is just so close. That's crazy. And then I was like, oh, it was written for the movie.
Right.
But that's a great movie.
Right.
That is a super cool mystery. It takes place in like the, I think it's old school England or something. This girl moves into this house where a giant, beautiful house called Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah, somebody dies or something, and she inherits it. And the people that have been like caretaking or whatnot is this brother and sister. And there's just a lot of mystery in what the house has its own secrets, kind of like Hill House or something.
Right.
So it's got what's his name that plays Loki? Guy that plays Loki.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston I like him a lot, and he did great. I love the characters in that movie. So it's more of a good, if you want to cuddle up and have a really good story, get involved in it, and still throw some spooks. It's a creepy movie. Like that is a creepy movie, but more of a story,
right?
Than just a horror. The second one is Warm Bodies. I really, really enjoy this one. There's so many zombies movies and shows. Like that was what The Walking Dead brought in a slew of other things. Some of those are great. World War Z, Train to Busan, The Walking Dead itself. Like there are some great ones, but there's just so many. Warm Bodies came out probably 7 or 8 years after Walking Dead, so well into the zombie fad,
right?
But brought a really interesting take onto it, and it's a rom-com where a zombie they're changing, evolution. Like they are changing too, and this one zombie character starts missing the old life, right. And this other character starts recognizing that and trying to change the situation. So it's a really fun, it's a clever movie. It's a lot more emotionally driven than I was expecting it to be. I mean, because you're going into a zombie movie, but like the process of these two building their relationship and getting the story going, it was really good.
Okay.
I mean, it had a really good cast. It was fun. It was modern. Graphics were good. It was just a surprising big zombie success for me. So that's got Crimson Peak and Warm Bodies.
Gotcha.
Which I just like the title of that. Warm Bodies, dude. That's dope.
Warm Bodies.
Good date movies right there.
Yeah.
Both. So for the last one is more like you got a party over, you got a bunch of people you don't know what to throw on, so just some general good movies to throw on at Halloween. We can add a million of these. Right. You got like your Shaun of the Deads, like the good classics. Yep. But the two that I've picked are The Cabin in the Woods, and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Nice. If you have not seen these movies, these are high quality entertainment. When I say that, I mean Tucker and Dale versus Evil was very limited in its release. Right. And it doesn't have a huge cast. It has the dude that plays the pirate in Dodgeball as one of the main characters. And that's about the only person I recognized in this movie. Yeah. But so these two like Alabama rednecks save up enough money, and they finally find their dream house somewhere. They want to just, it's two dudes. They just want to go out, hunt, fish, live a good life, mind their own business. They are the happiest, lovingest people ever.
Right.
But this area that they bought their new place in has like all the old rumors about the crazy murderer and all this. And this bunch of college kids is camping out there over the weekend on the anniversary of these big murderers or whatever. So an unfortunate series of events plays these two rednecks against these college kids as it makes the two country guys look like serial killers.
Right.
Like everything they do, whether it be chopping down a tree or trying to help somebody change their tire or painting their new house pink, it doesn't matter what these guys do. It makes them look like serial killers.
Right.
So these college kids are obviously geeking out. And now these two loving dudes see all these crazy college kids trying to kill them. So it's a really funny movie, but the laughs in it are legit. It's some good gore. So it's a good gory comedy, horror, themed, but it went way over my expectations.
Right.
I did not expect to be laughing with tears in my eyes as I ended out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, give us one of yours, and I'll come back and do Cabin in the Woods. That's
it's like they're not comedies, but they're things that you can laugh at now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Helen Keller.
Yeah. God, Jesus. Wow.
Too soon.
Sheesh. Too soon. Yeah. Jeez.
Sorry.
No, but two movies that like you can literally watch with a group of buddies, and just laugh at now.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah.
The one with Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Yeah. And then the I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yep.
Just two good kind of teenage, that type of movie where you're like, let's run in the scariest place imaginable.
Let's split up.
Yeah, let's split up. Let's, it's like those are just good things. Like, yeah, you can sit around with a group of buddies, and just have a good time with. So.
One of the things that I do enjoy about horror movies is, and I think a lot of people get off on this as well, is the idea that I can watch one and be like, there's no way I would go down that dark hall, you idiot. I sit there and criticize these people the whole time because people are so stupid in horror movies.
Yeah, you can participate in them a little bit more.
Right.
Like, you're not going to be like in a drama, like, there's no way I would have told Jennifer that.
Right. Or,
like,
just imagine being that critical of The Notebook.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm definitely not going to run down the dark hallway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No,
But then there would be no movie.
That's true. And then, but there'd be no opportunity also for me to be like, you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
So,
I
love that.
Why does the black guy always die first?
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, did you put that meme up the other day where it's like...
Yeah. The order people die in.
The order people die in. Who's first? Who's last? It was like the token black guy. It was Sean Bean.
Always.
A couple other people.
Let's see. I'm gonna swoop this in.
There's always like not an order to it. Oh, and like scary movies, like it's always if it's a group of teenagers hanging out, it's always like the cocky dude.
Oh yeah,
cocky dude's going.
Right. So that I couldn't find that list. I'll have to share that later if I do. But that is a great segue because I love the Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods, 2012. A lot of directors and screenwriters and everybody and their mama have said this is one of their favorite Halloween or horror movies because somebody finally took all these and so successfully made it fun. He made fun of it all the way through.
Yeah.
It's you've got a really Chris Hemsworth. There's a couple other big names in it, but they take these stereotypes from all these horror movies and they put these people in those situations. So they give them the choice of the hall or the stairs. So it's 5 or 6 college kids like camping out over the weekend. Like I think 4 other movies in this episode.
Right.
How they all start. But what they don't know is that underneath them, they're in underneath this cabin. There's like an elevator that goes way down underground to this global coordinated group of people that have to do this thing every year. And unfortunately, this bunch of kids is going to have to go. So they're all downstairs betting on how these kids are going to die.
Right.
Like everybody else is in the theater. And, you know, these kids are actually end up, man, they just mess it all up.
Right.
They mess it up good and proper.
Good and proper.
Good and proper for everybody involved.
Yeah.
And, you know, they definitely pull some really clever goofs on the whole don't go down the hallway. You know, they definitely poke a lot of fun that I have themselves. And I do like to. So again, this is more of a good time, a good time movie. If you're one of those people that is like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, they're saying that too. Yeah. So I mean, it's a really relatable one. You know, some definite. There are a million token Halloween movies. Like we said, you got your Hocus Pocuses.
Dude, one like kids movie that I love from back in the day is Casper.
Yeah,
love
great movie.
Yeah,
Leather calls that the cute ghost.
Casper. Yeah,
big old light bulb head.
Yeah, big old cute head.
That was a good movie. That was funny, heartwarming.
Yeah, that's a great movie. So a couple like scary movies that are kind of cool for, I don't know, for other reasons, maybe a little lighter, like Signs.
Oh yeah,
you know, pretty much any
Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, Signs, The Village. The Village is actually,
except for the one about the girl that lived in the water or whatever that was. That was garbage.
I haven't seen it. Yeah. A couple lighter ones like that. There's a ton of kids movies, obviously, Halloween stuff. So I know a lot of the old audience out there has the old munchkins to deal with.
Oh yeah, and you know, a great movie for kids is The Witch.
I'm sorry.
Come again? No, my nephew. This is hilarious. So The Witch, there's another type. This isn't for everybody. Like The Witch and Hereditary, I'm going to talk about in a second. We just did a little bit a minute ago, but I'm going to come back to those. If you want to watch those on Halloween, pray.
God bless you.
Yeah. But The Witch, the trailers were very disturbing.
Yeah.
And again, it's like the Puritan era America. So it's like Salem.
Yeah.
The patriarch of this family decides that he's taking his family out of civilization to get them away from temptation, closer to God, and gets confronted with an absolute menace of an evil entity.
Furthest thing away from God.
Yes. That is like doing its dangdest, literally, quote unquote, doing its damnedest. Yeah. See what I did there? To do the same to these people. Now, you know, there wasn't much in those times. I mean, you had a farm, so you had a milk pail. That was good stuff to talk about with the neighbors. I got this new milk pail. You know, like those days were wild. But so like this family, they've got their one cow. And when that cow is ill and blood is coming out of that milk, that's catastrophic.
Right.
For growing up on a farm, like that kind of stuff is catastrophic and devastating. Yeah. Now, when you're driving your 5-year-old nephew to church and they're watching a video on YouTube and you're like, and you hear them say, "Why is that goat peeing blood? I can't stop it," and start crying.
Like, nope.
That's a good scary movie. Yeah. If 30 seconds of a preview can scare a kid like that, it's what I want to watch on Halloween. Yeah. So The Witch. I mentioned this one before, man. The Witch and Hereditary really unsettled me a lot. Midsummer is I kind of wrap these three together.
Yeah.
They're all there's gore. There's gore, but it's not like Hostel. Like when they do something visually, it sticks with you. When they do something when they hit your emotional level, it's not, I mean, dang, Hereditary, I dropped my jaw 4 or 5 times. I was like, there's no way somebody went there. It's just bad.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I think with like movies today, scary movies today.
Mm-hmm.
directors and executives and producers are just trying to push the envelope even more because, as time goes on, you get less and less, you get
more jaded, more plateaued.
Yeah. So it's like, what are they going to do in movies?
Dude, those guys right now, those 3 movies are
to get you to go.
They're the tip of they're the furthest extent of that right now. So if you're one of those weirdos that really like some dark stuff, Midsummer, The Witch, and Hereditary.
I probably don't want to be your friend.
And The Lighthouse. Well, bye.
Yeah. Probably won't be hanging out with you.
Yeah, no.
Tonight on Halloween. Then.
No. You can eat your candy and watch Frankenweenie.
Yay!
Yeah!
Frankenweenie!
Which is also a great movie.
Or Nightmare Before Christmas.
What's dope, though, man, is like, there's so much different enjoyment to be taken out of all of these.
Right.
Movies are just a treat. Like, they get you a second outside of your own world. And if you're comfortable putting yourself in this horrifying situation, like me, I have terrible hearing. You throw on some good headphones, like my personals.
Yeah.
And on my phone, I'll enjoy that even more because it gets me more into that zone.
Oh, sounds huge.
Especially when you can't
Yeah.
catch it all.
There's something like, you know, as much as I don't like scary movies,
Mm-hmm.
as a kid growing up in teenager years and stuff, like it is cool to have like, it's kind of like a badge of honor when you watched one.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, I got through that one.
Definitely saw the new Paranormal Activity.
You know what I mean? Like,
whatever.
I'll watch The Ring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what? You know?
Right.
And it's still.
I'll watch the second one when it comes out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's scary. You know, stuff like that. But no, that is an enjoyment. Like, I don't enjoy being like the little shock and awe stuff is fine. I don't like the stuff hanging with me.
Yep.
You know, like in my mental.
I would rather not have that.
Because I am like obsessive. Like it'll hang with me longer than the average person. So it's like, you know, I will hear that witch noise in the middle of the night by myself going,
dude.
And I'll be like,
have you seen that?
no, bro.
Don't.
And I won't. Yeah.
Don't.
That's why. Like I will not.
If any of you guys have seen this and you know what he's talking about from our last episode,
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about, just give me like a praise hands in the comment because we all need Jesus after watching that movie.
I have literally been, and I don't want to get too deep into this because we can talk about this for hours, but like I have literally in my own bed at night at where I live now with Jack. Like I don't think he was there this night. He must have been out of town or something. But like I heard someone whisper my name. It was like, well, and I like legitimately like I was not asleep. I was about to go to sleep, and I just heard it, and I was like, nah, that's not real.
So you sure we shouldn't go into this?
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to go into it because it's going to be just too much. We'll talk about it too. We're almost out of time.
Ugh.
But like that's why I don't watch stuff like this because
it opens.
It does hang on me, even if it's just my own mental.
Right.
It does hang on me longer than the average person.
Right.
And that's something, you know, it's like, oh yeah, get over Will, you know, like whatever, or, you know, but it's like,
when you got something whispered, Will, in the middle of your bed at night, that's different. That like, mess you up.
Not cool, yo. You know.
So hopefully you guys don't have that happening.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, dang, I got to tell my ghost stories.
Yeah.
Next time
on Two Dudes Talking.
For real, I hope you guys have a great Halloween. We certainly will. And, you know, if you end up here, thank you for stopping by. This is, I appreciate you taking your time out on the holiday to do that. So thanks. And enjoy yourself some scary movies, candy, and brush your teeth.
Yes, brush your teeth. No cavities.
Check your kids' candy.
But eat tons of candy. Be safe.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, really hope you enjoyed the episode. So get your popcorn ready, get your candy corn and your toothbrush, get a blanket, and watch some of these movies. We'll see you next time.